Coach, you can start with a statement whenever you're ready.
I mean, obviously not the outcome that we wanted tonight, and certainly I have to give, I'd be a fool not to give Jamie credit coming in here and, just really putting 40 minutes together. I thought we had, some good moments, but it wasn't enough. And I certainly know we're a much better team than that, but we have to prove it night after night when we're out there.
Coach, you sort of slipped away at the end there. Did you think fatigue was a factor down the stretch there for your team?
I mean, ask the folks that are out there. I mean, I don't think so. These guys are used to playing. Obviously, it's a little more physical game for 40 minutes. There were some times in the second quarter, and didn't get Ashunae and Angie out in that first quarter, and there were some times, but you probably could ask them that question. I didn't necessarily think it came down to that last piece. Maybe you guys can answer that question. Darius, what do you think?
No, I feel like it's the game as a whole.
Sometimes it looks physical when it's a little bit more mental. So I think the mental piece probably affected the physical piece.
Starting towards the end of that third quarter, saw Duke's getting more opportunities underneath the basket. What was that the turning point you see where the bottom fell out?
I mean, those those are like daggers, those second chance opportunities, and we knew what we had to do on the boards. And I think when you go through it, and you probably face one of the best rebounding teams you played all year long, even past Oregon State, because they can put 4 people rebounding hard, and they just do a good job. They know that's that's their mother lode, where they're going to get their points, and outside of obviously Jasmine. So we knew this was a test. I had made a comment to you earlier, like I'm not going to put in 5 different rebounding drills. We had the bubble on during the week. We knew what we had to do. It had to be a sense of urgency. It had to be pointed, and we didn't do it.
Hey, you get to the line 11 times. Was that entering the game? Was that part of the game plan of what you wanted to do?
No, it just came, going into the game. I know they have a strong post position, so just attacking them just was winning for me.
20 points for you, Ashunae, and went to foul time, or 11 times as he said. Was this one of the more physical games you remember?
Yeah, definitely.
Coach, how do you refocus and regroup? You're heading out on the road for a 3-game stretch. How do you refocus and move on from this?
I mean, these guys are great at it. I mean, we weren't obviously happy in the locker room. We know what we have to do, and I said, whatever our weaknesses are, whatever things that we have to improve on, we have to hit them head on, and we just, I have to just keep pushing all the way the whole 40 minutes. So I mean, they know what they got to do. We'll get on the road and we got to bounce back, and at Towson we know it's not an easy place, and so we'll be ready. I mean, it just is what it is. These guys have been doing this grind for a while, and this is part of being a college athlete, and it's just part of the season.
You talked about this season as a learning process, a maturing process. Yeah. What do you take from a game like this?
Well, how about this? I mean, you guys probably don't see it, but we, even though we had those moments of a little bit of self-doubt, we still didn't have the mental drops like we had, in the past. And that, even with my, tough tone, tonight, at times, but it's like, but it's just those moments where we might lose them for just a little bit, and just lose a little bit of confidence. But I mean, way better than we have been before. I mean, that actually gave reference to Women Married TV game last year, where I felt like every time out I was like, we got this, we got this, we got this. I didn't necessarily feel like that tonight. It's just that little bit of a sense of urgency, a little bit of persevering when it gets a little bit tougher. And so I think they feel it. We need more energy for each other on the floor. I think this was the true night where you just have to have somebody in that huddle that goes, we got this, let's get a stop. And I think that's that piece that we keep searching for completely. I mean, we've had it, but we just got to have it when it's tough times, and it's really, really tough times as well.
You talked about Jasmine, and obviously she had a good game. What did you try to do to stop her, and what made her so effective tonight?
I mean, she obviously is extremely talented, if not the best player, one of the best players in the CAA, and she knows she's going to get. I mean, it's she has 34, and the person that kind of hurt us that we didn't expect to have 20 was Mickens. We generally kind of do gamble on her at times. And I think that, we tried to fix that, early on to try to, close back out on her a little bit more. Because if you look at the way we score and what we do, even though we didn't get 4 people in double figures, we were a little stagnant, as you can tell, offensively tonight. But, we obviously share the wealth a little bit more. But, it just, if we would contain everybody else a little bit better, which was really one other person, right? We might be sitting on a different end of the stick tonight. On the rebound, second chance opportunities that allow her to get the ball again and make those tough shots, you know, if we limit those second chance opportunities. So, I mean, she's good. I mean, obviously I have a lot of faith in Darius and, you know, and Ashunae and Kelly can guard her as well, and Angie at times. I mean, we just didn't do our best tonight on her.
Darius, just a quick turnaround Sunday at Towson, being a senior leader on this team, what's the key to keep the morale up and keep have your team refocused going into Sunday?
Well, we always focus on the next game, so the next game we're gonna be ready for it.
We brought to put too much stock on, you know, that was what I said even in the locker room. I'm like, you know, I didn't gear this up to be the game of the century today, so I'm not going to go ballistic because we didn't win the game, you know, based on something that, you know, with us, it's like, you know, the fight and things like that, pieces of us that we know we need to do better, but, you know, you're not going to, you know, we know that we have a lot more basketball to play to get ourselves to March.
Anything else, guys?